Thank you for joining me today. I'm Kathy Rhodes, and this is episode 114. Today, we're going to think differently about our dreams and goals. Can they be too lofty? Okay, so in years past, I have been accused of having a Pollyanna mindset. For those of you that don't know, Pollyanna was a character in I don't know if it was a TV show or movie years ago, like my mom's era. But if you look up the definition of Pollyanna, I mean, it's seriously, Google definition has it. And they define Pollyanna as an excessively cheerful or optimistic person. Obsessively or excessively cheerful and optimistic person. Yeah, I've been accused of having a Pollyanna mindset. I've also been accused of having a Disney like mindset, kind of believing in Disney that there really is a happiest place on earth. Yeah, I do. And I love Hallmark movies too. I've also been accused of encouraging lofty goals, rather than realistic. I encourage lofty goals, which I guess when you encourage lofty goals and they don't happen, it leads to disappointment. Okay, yeah, you know what? This is who I am. This is absolutely who I am. And I don't regret it. I don't try to change it. I definitely embrace it. I don't want to change it. Does it lead me to disappointment at times? Yes, it does. Does it lead me to frustration? Yeah. Does it lead me to embarrassment? Yeah. Does it lead me to look naive sometimes? Yeah. So what? I don't care. I don't care because to me, it's not about getting the lofty goal. That's not what it's about. To me, it's about not trying for the goal or quitting on yourself before you even come close to the goal. That's what life is about. It's kind of like the journey, right? Life is not about the destination, it's about the journey. My son actually just wrote that on one of our Jenga blocks last weekend. We have a big Jenga set and we just write quotes. And my son just wrote that. It's not about the destination, it's truly about the journey. And that is exactly the truth when it comes to creating goals or creating dreams. Hi, Lori. Thanks for joining me live today. It's good to see you. Okay, so, Thomas Edison has a quote, and he said, "I've not failed 10,000 times at making the light bulb. I've successfully found 10,000 ways that it's not going to work." And then he found the way that worked. Over 10,000 tries. And that kind of makes sense. Like, it's more acceptable for me when you think of something tangible, because if you're manufacturing something or putting something together, take Legos, something that I can do. I don't really make light bulbs, but I can do Legos. And it doesn't look right. You take it apart and you readjust it until you find what works, right? Makes sense. But the same is true for our mindsets and our thoughts and the goals and the dreams that we set and how we go after our goals and our dreams. It's the same thing. We can't do it in one shot. So, in other words, goal setting, dream setting, living life is all about problem solving and asking questions. I guess that's part of problem solving, right? Being a questioner. It's a thought habit that's created. So if we get frustrated and quit because we didn't get to our goal in the first try, that's not being a problem solver. That's being a quitter. Might be something else, but it's not asking questions and tweaking your approach. This whole mindset also creates really good coping skills. So when something doesn't go your way, like vacations are canceled because of a pandemic, or plans are canceled last minute, well, then problem solve. Then find something different, right? This is a mindset. This is a habit that we create. It's all about being patient, and it's about understanding a leadership law. John Maxwell has written the 21 Irrefutable Laws of Leadership, and one of the laws is the law of process. The law of process means that success does not happen in a day. It happens daily. this is kind of tough for especially the younger generation, especially the generation that has the tagline of being entitled. We get things immediately. If I want to watch a movie, I just look it up and stream it. If I want to talk to somebody, I call or I text or I Snapchat or whatever. We have so much instant gratification in our world today that we don't have patience. And we don't necessarily understand the law of the process. We don't understand that our whole life is going to take us to bigger and better. But it's not overnight. It's a process. When I think about my leadership journey, it started when I was little. I can think back of things, but it really started when I was 27 and I picked up a book because I liked the title. It's by John Maxwell and it's called Thinking for a Change. Or maybe it's called Thinking for a Change. That's what I love so much. However you accented the words, that's why I picked it up. I never read a book before that in my life because the stupid stories we had to read in reading class were just a waste of my time. But this book I read in 1 week. I was traveling for work. I read it in 1 week. Wow, that started my leadership journey. That started my obsession with this type of material that challenges me to grow. And now I can see how, my growth and my journey to my dreams, it's been a journey. It's been developing every day, not in 1 day. It's so important. It's so important to grab a hold of this and embrace it. So let's think about some goals that you have. Maybe you have a goal for a certain job that you want to apply for. Or I know one of my goals for many years, until 3 years ago, it was to have my own business, to work for myself. And I kind of did in my side gig, in my direct selling company, but I wanted to do it forever. And 3 years ago, I took that jump, but that took me a long time to get to. Or maybe it's a school that you want to apply for. Maybe it's a degree that you want. Maybe you're really wanting to put yourself out there. That's scary, by the way. That's scary. But that's what a dream is. A big, hairy, audacious goal. What's your big, hairy, audacious goal? What's your big dream? If you don't have one, you're going to settle for whatever's given to you. You're going to take the first job that's offered. You're just going to keep moving through life. And that's okay too. Maybe that's part of the dream. Maybe your dream is something totally different. But it's probably not really related to your passions and your true dreams. I happened to come across a YouTube video, and I'll share it in the comments later and in the descriptions of my podcast and my YouTube videos. But the episode was by Simon Sinek. And if you've never watched any of his videos, go look up a really old video, and it's really poor quality, but the content's amazing. And it's all about our why. That might not be the exact title. So I'll see if I can find it and post that one too. But that's really what got me started embracing Simon Sinek. I found this new video that he talks about the generations, but it also really taught me on my poor parenting skills. And by the way, if you have older children, they'll tell you what your poor parenting skills are. You don't have to listen to Simon. But Simon just reminded me of my poor parenting skills. And really what I did is I practiced a failed parenting strategy, is how he called it. I would say things to my kids like, you are special and you can do anything that you want to do. I do. I still say that. But what I didn't tell them is how to handle the disappointments. I absolutely believe that you are special. I absolutely believe that you can do anything you want to do. However, it's not going to happen the first time you go after it. You can get what you want to get. However, I need to be teaching my kids and anyone else I talk to how to get what you want. It's by being the problem solver. It's by asking questions. If you don't get the job the first time you apply for, ask why. Ask what you can do to grow yourself to be better prepared for this type of job in the future. Ask what you can do to get accepted into the college program or the educational program that you want. Maybe it's something like, hey, your high school grades weren't any good. Okay, what can I do now? High school was 10 years ago. What can I do now? And it's going to take work and it's going to take time. And it's probably not going to get you accepted for the January semester. It's probably not going to get you the job tomorrow. But that's the journey. That's the important piece that we need to develop daily. And by the way, that is going to grow us more than just for that job or more than just for that acceptance letter. That's growing us as an extremely valuable person and employee. It's going to change our mindsets. It's going to change our thought processes, and it's going to create coping skills so that we don't get depressed, so that we don't get down. Okay. These coping skills that we're going to learn, they are going to help us with success. They're going to help us in the journey. They're going to help us with stress. First of all, I guess I have two coping skills that I really, really hope that I can still teach my kids, that they're still listening a little bit. Number one, we need people. We need people in our life. It's not about electronic people. It's not about texting or Skyping or Zooming or Snapchatting. I don't even know how we do it anymore. It's about people. And sometimes we need to talk to another human in person and ask for help and ask questions. I like to call these people our coaches. They could also be counselors or therapists or teachers or strangers. We need human beings and we need to lean on them. Not social media, not these really fun TikTok videos that I kind of get addicted to. That could be false and just an act. We need people that we trust and to truly lean on and lean into what they recommend. And the second thing that I would recommend to help create these coping skills and to help figure out how to get what you want, ask QBQs. QBQ is a book by John Miller. It's probably a 20-year-old book, and it stands for question behind the question. It's all about accountable questions or accountability, personal accountability. The formula that John shares in this book is a easy question to ask all the time. The question has to start with either what or how. Cannot start with why, when, or who, because those are whiny victim type of questions. Question has to start with what or how, has to include the word I, me, and has to have an action word. What can I do? How can I get what I want? I was going to say what, because what do I need to do next is a part of it. But how can I? What is a, what, by the way, is one of the words you should start the question with. I got myself all mixed up. The what or hows are so very important because they empower us to take the next step. Not blame somebody else, not wait on somebody else. They give us the power. Our self-worth, by the way, should not be based on the likes or how many comments or the acceptances. You define your self-worth. Okay? The work we do, the mindset that we have, the joy that we have, that's what defines our self-worth. So don't like the social media world. Don't let that really dictate who you are and who you think you are becoming. You get to choose. So yeah, I am a Pollyanna. I love Disney. I love Hallmark. And I do encourage everybody to create some big, hairy, audacious goals and go for it. Go big or go home. Put yourself out there. Oh my goodness, what are you going to do when you get that goal? Because when you put it out there, your mind is now moving toward it. How exciting! How exciting! How exciting to think, oh, I can do this. I can get this. Because I know that we all can figure out the how, figure out how we're going to get what we want. That's really what I'm idealistic about. I'm idealistic because we're problem solvers. We can figure this out and we can do this. So my challenge to you this morning is go figure out your how. And also, enjoy this journey to success. I can't wait to hear all of your stories and your success and the mind shifts that are going to happen. Be great this week, my friends. I hope that this has challenged you to think differently. Think differently about your goals and your dreams. Are they lofty enough? See you next time.